vous sur le téléphone ou à carte.
Il va nous payer.
Après ça.
D'avril, vous devez payer.
Pas qu'à chercher.
Chaque partie, chérie, $1. Olha, o meu é o gato. Don't touch, okay? Don't touch my phone. Wait. One, go for Dale, e punha con el equipo ya. Não doer. Se me pegar tá na cara. O café lá. Não podemos balme de tudo. Podemos balme tudo. Não vai sortir muito. Mas o que então tá lá? Tá bom, que tem um problema. Sunt devenise foarte What is important? Quase peixe. Você não é com Haiti. Eu consegui. Eu sigo assim, quase. E Fabiola diz que ça. Moi, Se a vini, anti gwas dese koutwa se peche. Pou vin bat moun nan l'ekol la. Mwen nan pa pa bat. Dese koutwa se peche. Li pa bon sel ti bout la, non se kwip, 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 kwip. E pe li dwa fèk la sou. E ki sa pa ti yo? Kwa ki pe lou, jen pa chou di yo ta. Je gen plis kwa. Ouais, plis nek nan kwa ekip la. Konjilman ke kase pou. Pwè jman men bal pou nou, li kon sa kon di tap pou bak pou yon bagay. Men li plis.
Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Joseph A. Polsonea Stadium here in Johnstown, Rhode Island for NPSL, National Premier Soccer League action between your Rhode Island Reds and the visiting Boston City FC. Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to turn that down. My name is Paul Miles. I'm joined by Michael Simeone. And match day 6 here in NPSL North Atlantic Division action.
This is going to be a good one. There's no two doubts about it. This is going to be a good one. And this is the match that we circle every year. It's our rival to the north, Boston City. Both these teams have got the same record. Currently, as it stands mathematically, both are fighting for a playoff spot.
Not only the same record, Mike, but the same form. You know, both teams are coming in, loss, draw, loss, and both teams coming in off of a win. We defeated Lowell, NPSL FC. Who did Boston play last week? They played Hartford City last week. So
they did.
You know, both teams coming in off a win. Our last home match against the New York Cosmos, we built a lot of momentum, I feel like, in the second half. holding a very good team, actually winning the second half against the Cosmos 2-1, and building off of that, going into Lowell last week, and now here we are at home against our rivals to the north in Boston City.
Yeah, and Lowell was not a cakewalk at all for the Reds. As much as we went up quickly, we went up 3 goals quickly. Fabrice and a natural hat trick in that game. That was an absolute battle. Greater Lowell played us the whole time. They played us hard. Have to give big shout outs to Starvos, who unfortunately got 2 yellows, resulted in a red card, suspended for this match. There was not an inch of that pitch that he was not covering at any time. Major step up for him. Another note for this match is that Brian Bustamante is also out on 2 yellows with the red card from that Greater Lowell match.
Absolutely unfortunate timing. Stavros is a guy, we've seen him when he's here at home in Johnston. He's all over the pitch. I haven't seen anybody in the league that can hang with him speed-wise. His straight line speed, his agility, absolutely bananas. And it's unfortunate that Stavros isn't available for us today in the starting 11s or on the reserve 7. So that's gonna hurt us. But
same is said with Brian Bustamante. We joke that Brian's nickname is the Terminator, and he absolutely does go out there and terminate. He tends to be a defensive, but tends to play that holding midfielder spot for us, and kind of clears all the stuff that's coming up the middle of the field. You can't really get past the guy. It's going to be tough to have both of those guys out this match versus this very good Boston City team.
Well, let's go through the starting 11s for both sides quickly, as it looks like we're getting ready to get started here. In goal for Boston City is going to be Jacob Wagmeister. Then you're going to have on defense Gabriel D'Souza, Marcelo Cunha, and Jadson Leet. Then your midfielders are going to be Pedro Silva, Avner Alves, Homero Moraes. Excuse me if I'm butchering any of these South American names, but then you're also going to have Santiago Cardona, Michael Rincon. Then your forward is going to be Rigoberto Jimenez. And then for your hometown Rhode Island Reds, we're going to go with Tony Balleri in goal. Your defenders are going to be Kamunga Namas, Andrew Colombo, Keegan Nutt, and then your midfielders are going to be Derek Blanchette, Manuel Loro, Murat Guervins, and Jonathan Locke. Then your forwards are going to be Nani, João Cardoso, and Fabrice Dogbe.
The interesting thing to note, you did mention it, their forward, Isaac Adi, who a couple of years ago played for the Rhode Island Reds, was the top goal scorer here. He's going to be the one to look at. Really interesting to see. He's only got 2 goals this season. Very, very odd for a player of that caliber, a guy who's known for breaking records and scoring a lot of goals. But here's kickoff. So,
you mentioned that Isaac Adi was, not only was he a Red, he was also Golden Boot and League MVP in 2016. So a heavy loss for us was Boston's gain, as looks like the ball goes out of bounds. That's going to be a throw-in for Boston City. Boston City is going to be working from the left to right, wearing the white kits with the blue. Left to right. I'm right. They're wearing the white kits with the blue shorts and white socks. The Rhode Island Reds wearing their all red kits, working from right to left. So Tony Balleri draws the short straw. He's going to be looking into the sun this first half, and that sun is low and mean now.
It very much is. We're dealing with the glare here in the press box. Just trying to see the pitch.
So Boston City controls. That's Michael Rincon plays it back to D'Souza. D'Souza to the keeper. Keeper's going to sit on it for a second and move it back out to D'Souza on the right wing.
Looks like City is playing a 4-2-3-1. Very similar to the formation the Reds were playing in their match against Greater Lowell. Looks to be about the same position they're playing here tonight as well.
Seeking ball up the far sideline, controlled by Boston City, played back. Looks like they're going to look to switch down here to the right side, sending it to the defender here, D'Souza. Looking for a give and go right there. Nothing happening there. Ball comes back to the captain, D'Souza, who plays it back to Wagmeister in goal.
Has a quick misstep there, and Max, well, very quick to try to get on him to work a counter there. Smart play by Max.
Both players are looking to draw the foul there, and it's going to go for Boston City. Boston City will have the free kick on the far sideline.
Manuel Loro there during the foul for the Reds. Former player, actually, for Boston City. So should be interesting to see how he lines up against his former teammates here.
You know, I think there's always a little bit extra gas in the tank when you're playing against the guys you used to play for. You want to show what's missing in that visiting locker room.
Oh, they're very. In talking to Manny, they're very much is. He wants to go out there and show what they're missing. Draws a foul here.
So it's going to be Kamunga Damas on the restart. He sends a seeking ball deep down center field, controlled by Boston City. Playback to Rincon on the near sideline. Isaac Aday, number 9. We're in the number 19 right now. Comes back to the defender, D'Souza. Sent down the near sideline. Keegan Nutt heads it back into play.
Maxwell with a long-range shot there. Almost sneaks that into the bottom left corner. Great aware play by him.
He caught me looking down at my roster. D'Souza on the near sideline. He sends it back to the keeper. Drawing out the clock a little bit as Boston City as they send it to the far sideline.
I will make the note that our clock may or may not be accurate. I apologize now. Delay in starting it. We do not have an official game clock that we can go off of that's being broadcasted here due to some technical difficulties with the facility.
Listen, Mike, time is a construct, man. We don't believe in like a lineal understanding of time around here. Good challenge right at center field. Reds control, pressing, 3-on-3 action. Maxwell just catching up. Go Reds!
Fabrice on the same role as what he was doing last match. Getting that ball out to him, when he was playing for Rhode Island College, the Little East Conference, for the Anchorman, he was their leading goal scorer. He was the leading goal scorer of the league of the Little East Conference, doing what he does best. Great play by Murat there to get the ball out. Everybody comes up and breaks. Gets that ball over Fabrice. Fabrice dribbles it in and gives the Reds their first goal. We apologize for the background noise.
I don't apologize for it because I'm not in control of it. So Boston City on the restart. That's Pedro Silva with the flowing white locks there. He plays it down to 26, Michael Rincon. Back to Pedro Silva. Plays it back to D'Souza. Just playing a little kick around right now for Boston City on the defense. It looks like they're playing a little bit on their back heel. It looks like that Boston City back line is just a little edgy. So hopefully the Reds can continue to capitalize on those nerves as that Silva moves up to Adai over to Cardona, excuse me. Challenge on the right side. Reds control. Jonathan Locke with a nifty ball down to Colombo.
Looks like it was the captain.
Colombo on Donati. Then that's intercepted by Boston City. Keegan Nutt again on the near sideline. Oh, just ran out of time. Good challenge by the Boston City defender there.
That's something the coach works on there. Keegan knows to get rid of that ball a lot quicker. When we're playing practice, it's usually the rule is 1 or 2 touches on it, and not to hold on to the ball. Keegan has to know that he's going to defend it, run down his throat, and has to get that ball out of there and not to lose possession like that.
On the other hand, you got to look at where the passing lanes were there. Did Keegan see an open man, or was he just trying to draw time for somebody to get open for a pass?
Understandable, but at playing at this level, you should be able to dribble the ball back, create a little bit of space, and create a passing lane for yourself. I apologize now, Keegan, when you go to listen to this later, and
He's only going to listen for jokes.
He is. We tend to be very critical of our team here. We're not holding anything back from either team.
We draw our inspiration off the European announcing model.
We try to. Little score update for you. At halftime, it seems the Stockade trails 4-0 to Elm City.
Well, Elm City's got a good club.
Elm City has a very good club. They not as good as they were last year. I believe they won the league.
The Moss with the seeking ball right into the box, controlled by the keeper.
Yeah, Elm City actually won the league last year. So Stockade, which was a fairly good team. It's surprising to see that they're having so much troubles this season.
Boston City playing a possession game, back to the keeper. Keeper with a long ball downfield. Nobody home there, it looks like. Namas plays it up. Boston City is going to control off the head and look to advance the ball. Dispossessed. Jonathan Locke plays it up. Now it's going to come back to Tony Valeri.
That's going to be a trouble problem for the keeper all day if he wants to try to play that ball long downfield. You have the very tall, aggressive, athletic Manuel Lauro playing in that kind of holding midfielder spot. You're not going to get a ball above that guy. Manny loves to go up and get headers for the balls. And if you're going to play the ball up in the air that's going to be anywhere close to it, he's going to fight you the whole way to get that ball.
It's Pedro Silva on the ball, passes back pass to Marcelo Acuna. Acuna back to the keeper again. Boston trying to play a control game as they move down to the nearest sideline.
It's interesting.
Rincon over to Pedro.
We're seeing the red attacker press a little bit here, which is a little bit interesting. We'll see if they're going to keep that up for the whole match or not.
Boston tries to switch field. Keegan Nutt heads it up to center field. 1v2 for the Reds, controlled by Pedro. Nobody wanted it. Lauro plays it up to center field. Now Reds on the ball. Little hold there and a long seeking ball. Nobody home on that shot, though.
I'm not really sure if that was a cross or not.
I think that was a frustration strike.
I think
that might have been a little frustration.
It might have been a frustration strike. It might have also been Maxwell trying to draw a possible foul there. He's known for being that type of player. He's a big dude. He's not going to go down easily. But, I get maybe why he was trying to play that ball.
D'Souza to Silva. Silva moves it up to the midfield. Down to the near side of Michael Rincon, back to Silva. Silva with the seeking ball. Has a man running on, but that's going to be controlled by Kamunga Namas. He's going to let that go out of play. Crosses the line. That's going to be a corner kick to Boston City. First opportunity for either team with a set piece here.
Looks as if it's going to be Santiago Cardona taking the corner here for City.
Low ball in. It's going to be controlled by the Reds. Moved upfield. Pedro Silva playing up. He's got time. Strike through a big wall. Nothing happening there.
Terrible clear. Terrible clear there.
Nani looking for Keegan Nutt. Nutt turns it over. Reds with a seeking ball upfield, controlled by the Boston City back line. Michael Rincon moves it up to the forward. Isaac Day on the ball. He's 2v1 strikes from long distance, intercepted by the Reds. One more shot into the box, shot in. Weak attempt from Boston City. Tony Valeri handles it and moves it out quickly to the back line.
Reds are lucky there. I don't know if they were trying to play the offsides or not. From this angle, it looked like he was offside on that pass. No flag up from the linesman, but we see things differently sometimes.
Well, one guy signs our paycheck and another guy signs the referee's paycheck. So
nobody signs my paycheck. So,
well, how do you cash them out?
I don't.
That's unfortunate.
But you can cash me outside. How about that?
How about that? Seeking ball from Boston City down the far sideline. Derek Blanchet, who was an all-star last week against Lowell, one-on-one there, forces Boston City to retreat back up near midfield.
Yeah, Derek stepped in hugely last match.
Bigly?
Bigly, hugely, whatever exaggeration of the word or synonym? Anonym?
Synonym?
I didn't pay attention in
Cinnamon?
English class.
I met a girl named Cinnamon once. Reds on the attack. Boston City intercepts and pushes it across the line. That's going to be the Reds' first attempt at a set pieces. Rhode Island gets the corner on the far sideline.
If you want to hear more about Paul's experience with Cinnamon, you can catch him on his podcast.
Oh, no. No, you can't. That awkward silence brought to you by G Sport, the kit provider of the Rhode Island Reds.
Yeah, at least we keep it entertaining around here.
I will be starting a podcast called Has the Statute of Limitations Expired? Ball into the near post, cleared out by Boston City. Reds control on the far sideline. Nanny looking in. Little two-man game with Murat. Isaac Adai controls for Boston City. Back heels up to the midfielder, pushing up the far sideline. Boston City pass down the line. Santiago Cardona plays it to Isaac Adai. Adai retreating, looking for some room. To Jimenez.
Not a guy that the Reds can be given space at any time this match. They really have to play him with the man on him. Nice tackle there from Nani.
Boston City once again on the attack in their attacking half. Long strike. Bounced off the back of the Reds defender. Tony Blair tries to keep it in play. Looks like he's clean, and he'll roll it back out to Keegan Nutt near sideline. Keegan with the second ball up to the forwards.
Great ball there by Keegan. Unfortunately, Fabrice couldn't get out ahead of it. Nice little header there from Max. Tried to drop it off to him. Create some action.
And the ball goes out of play on the near sideline. Throw in to Boston City, looks like.
Actually, it looks like it's going to be a free kick.
I didn't see the penalty.
Looked like the ball was rolled. I'm not sure.
Oh, either way. Oh, ball intercepted. 91v2 on the near sideline. He's dispossessed of the ball. Boston City on the attack near sideline.
Maxwell, you need to drop back and defend there.
Abner Alves switches sidelines. Isaac Adai tries to turn and burn, beats one defender. Centering pass intercepted by the Reds. Derek Blanchett clears to the far sideline. Jonathan Lack on the ball. He slows the pace down. Blanchett plays it back to Tony Balleri. Balleri with a long blast, deep center field. Offside flag is up.
You calling baseball or soccer here? Deep blast, center field.
I do what I want, sir. So Rincon to Cardona. Cardona controls, trying to beat a man. Reds playing the offside, nothing doing. That's onside, and ball's intercepted by Tony Blair. Lucky that Tony is as aggressive as he is inside that 16 box.
Just a complete mental lapse there from the Reds. You can't play the ball expecting that the linesman's going to put the flag up or call the offside call. It doesn't matter if you put your hand up or not. You have to go back and play that. You know, if Tony doesn't come out of the goal, we're looking at an even match here. Just absolute mental lapse there from the Reds.
Rincon with the give and go to Isaac Adai. Ball is too far. That's going to be controlled by Balleri on the back line. Tony trying to slow down the pace. That's Omar Moraes that challenged him, forced him to pick it up. Low kick up to the center field. Rincon plays it to Isaac Adai. Adai retreats. Seeking ball. Blanchett 1v1 on the far sideline. And centering pass too high for the forward to get to. Keegan Nutt controls. Tries to turn it up the near sideline.
Reds have got to keep that back line stable. They all have to track back there.
And it was that defensive back that I noticed is short at Joshua Jess today that was the reason the Reds were in the game against the Cosmos a couple of weeks ago. Keegan Nutt challenging that high ball with Isaac Adai. Adai 1v2 beats one man, the whistle blown. Not sure what the call is going to be right here.
You know, the Reds did have Josh Jess in that match versus the Cosmos, but they were out without Josh. The match versus Lowell, they did very, very well there. Derek Blanchette filling in that position as a right back as they moved Kamanga over to play center back to replace in absence of Josh Jess. So that's the lineup we're going with today. Josh Jess, unfortunately, still not here with us. But hey, Coach Mario's doing what he can to make it work. You, unfortunately, when you get into the midseason, you're riddled with injuries. You're riddled with players sometimes who fall off in this league, don't show up. But it is what it is. You know, the Reds are going to go out there and they're going to put their best foot forward, regardless.
You got to dance with who brung you, or dance with who shows up.
You do.
Valeria with a restart. Controlled by the Reds. Fabrice on the ball. Long, slow shot. No danger there. Looks like he was, again, trying to draw a foul.
Or he's trying to sink one from 25 yards out. I'm not really sure what the game plan was there.
Boston City restarts down the near sideline. Reds intercept on the ball right at center field. Murad turns it upfield. Jonathan Lack challenged by Pedro Silva. Boston City controls, and they're looking to push it forward.
Unfortunate interception there by Kamanga not to be able to grab control of that ball.
Isaac Adai seeking one. 1v1. Derek Blanchette screens off Rigobert Jimenez and allows Tony
Surprising wasn't
Valeri
a
to
foul.
play
It
the ball.
looked like you threw a little bit of an elbow to the back of Derek there.
I didn't see an elbow.
Neither did the ref, but hey. I said it looked like he did. I'm not accusing that he said it did. I said it looked like he
It's
did.
all who signs your paycheck, buddy.
Last time I checked, the Reds are signing your paycheck.
Yeah.
We're not biased. Most of the time.
Kamanga crosses ball. Seeking Jonathan Locke. That's intercepted by Boston City. Derek Blanchette playing forward. Over to Locke. Locke has time. Seeking ball into the box. Intercepted by the Reds. By Boston City. Hard challenge.
No surprise there. Murad doesn't go into a challenge if he's not going in hard. It's just the type of player he is.
Is that the name of your podcast? Going in hard? Pedro Silva plays it. Isaac on the near sideline. Little give and go attempt. Isaac back on the ball, plays it back. Michael Rincon turning it upfield. Interesting challenge there in midfield. Isaac crossing it, has a man open. That's a 1v1 on the far sideline. Blanchette and Rigoberto Jimenez. Jimenez can't beat Derek Blanchette. Nutmegs him. Blanchette stays on the ball.
No foul called there.
And the Reds turn up the far sideline.
Again, Derek doing a wonderful job filling in at right back tonight for us. Not normally a position that he plays. Normally he actually plays as a forward or a winger. So interesting to see him there. But, being that type of player, you should know where forward is trying to go. So it should translate well.
There are big holes in the right side that he's got to step into with Josh Jess and Stavros both missing from the starting 11.
Ryan Bustamante, again, not here as a holding midfielder to try to clear a lot of that stuff out. Will occasionally pop out onto the wing. There's giant holes, unfortunately. And this is what happens when you get to the midseason of playing. You get kids who are out on Reds, kids who are out on injuries. Cujo Kusi, another staple for the Reds this year, out on injury, another holding midfielder that's been very, very good for us.
Yeah.
Made a world of difference then your Cosmos game is out on an injury. This is the second match it's been out. But again, this is what you play for. You have teams that you got to know you're going to build a team where you're going to have injuries. And you're going to have players who aren't going to show up when they need to. So,
and it opens the door. Oh, big header just over the bar for the Reds. Almost went 2-0 there. But it opens the doors for guys like Derek Blanchett, Keegan Nutt, Jonathan Lack. It opens the doors for these guys to step up and take those leadership positions for when guys like Josh Jess, Stavros, and Bustamante are absent. So it's good to see these gaps in the defense and in the midfield being filled by these young guys. Locke trying to save him on the far sideline, able to, looking for some help, turns it up to Murat. Murat turning burning down the far sideline. He's dispossessed by Avner Alves over on the far sideline. Alves goes down. He's playing a little chicken over there on the sideline, hoping that Murat kicks it out. Boston clears it. Now it's a weak clearance over their own goal line.
This is Red's bomb. It's going to be a corner kick.
Yeah.
Looks like John Lash will be taking the corner. See what he does with it.
I'm going to guess he kicks it.
To the near post, to the far post, to the top of the 18-yard box.
Looks like he goes low. It's cleared out by Jimenez. Lock again. Second shot.
Tries to cross into Fabrice. Bounces off.
Nani high and over the goalpost. The Reds are not being cheated on their opportunities here in the first
They're not.
24 minutes.
Nani's been around long enough. You have to capitalize on that. You have to capitalize on an opportunity like that. Put it on goal. You don't know what's going to happen. You can't send it over. The goalie might bobble it. It might bounce off a defender. You might get a cheap goal in. Still a point on the board. You can't just take a wild shot like that.
Keegan Nutt with an awkward clearance. Ball controlled now by Michael Rincon. Rincon playing a little one-on-one. Pedro Silva now trying to move it up. Murat with a high ball.
That's Kamunga.
Kamunga, excuse me. I'll learn our team eventually. We're only here once a week, man. It's tough to learn everybody's name.
You
I am, yeah. Boston City plays it back. Michael Rincon controlling across midfield. Derek Blanchett intercepts it. He's looking for some help. Turns it up. Rincon intercepts. Locke controls it right at the center stripe. He went 1v3. Nothing doing there. Boston City controls on the far sideline.
Bit of a sloppy play from Derek. He's got Nani open out on that left wing. Tries to force up the middle to Fabrice. I get you trying to get it to your striker, but not when there's three defenders standing around. You can't force the ball up the middle like that.
Offside flag was up, so no shot there for Boston City. Reds will restart. Tony says, I got it. Moves Kamunga out of the way. Deep seeking ball, looking for the forwards downfield, headed into danger. Boston City, awkward clearance, challenging his own keeper. That's going to go over the line for a corner kick for the Reds.
Another opportunity here, hopefully for the Reds to get a point off of a goal off the set piece here.
You know what I'm noticing, Michael, is both teams, it seems like everybody's trying just a little too hard. It looks like they're going just a little bit too far out of their comfort zone, and it's equating to a bunch of awkward strikes of the ball, and that's sending balls out of place, turnovers. It's the guys just, I'm going to say the Reds because we're not cheering for Boston City up here. You know, the Reds need to compose themselves a little bit. We do have one Boston City supporter. Excellent clearance off the line. Still challenging. Boston City clears it out of danger and attack up the far sideline.
You have to put that ball up in the air. You can't just
hard
play a
challenge
ball like that. Put the ball up in the air.
Race with a hard challenge on the far sideline. Boston City gets a throw in, and they're once again on the attack. Excuse me for interrupting you, Michael.
No worries. Keegan gets that ball played to him. He's got to put it up in the air. You can't just play a ground ball like that. They're gonna
hard strike from Isaac, and it goes over the crossbar.
Reds are lucky there.
An absolute rocket off the foot.
Isaac is known for absolutely burying open shots like that. We've talked about it once already. We'll talk about it many times.
Well, he's a former NPSL Golden Boot, leading scorer, and a leading scorer converts on those opportunities.
They do. You have to have a man on him at all times. Absolutely have to have a man on him at all times. Cannot give him a clear shot. He's going to capitalize on it. He's that type of player.
Murat turns it up to Derek Blanchette. Blanchette playing a little give and go with Jonathan Lack down the far sideline to Fabrice. Fabrice trying to make something happen. Challenging. Ball in. Still in trouble. Excellent play by the Boston City keeper who puts it down and plays it up to Pedro Silva. Now Boston City on the attack up the far sideline.
Reds have to cycle back on defense here.
You've got a bunch of Manny Loro fans in the chat room. We see you, we recognize you, and absolutely, number 20, go. Let's go.
Quick shout out to his uncle Sergio, who also plays for us, who's currently out on injury. I know he's, very disappointed that he couldn't make this match. We're thinking of you, Sergio. We can't wait for your return to get back out on the pitch and play for us.
90 playing a little two-man game with Maxwell. Maxwell goes shoulder to shoulder with D'Souza, loses as Boston City's going to get the throw-in down here near sideline. Also want to send a shout-out to Danny Matala, MMA fighter from back home in Pennsylvania. Heck of a nice guy, good fighter. Want to thank him for checking in. And we want to thank all of you for checking in. If you're new to the stream, Rhode Island Reds in the all-red kits, moving right to left. Boston City in their visiting white and blue, moving left to right. Takedown midfield, no call there. Boston City still on the ball, moving it up across midfield, challenging on the far sideline. Excellent challenge by Derek Blanchette, who kicks the ball out of play on a nice slide tackle, dispossessing Boston City forward.
Great smart play there by Derek to attack very quickly to get that ball out of bounds and out of trouble.
Pedro Silva on the ball, beats Nani, sends a ball in, nothing doing, a little 1v1, one-on-one. Low ball in, sent aside by the Reds, another corner kick for Boston City. Looks like Homer Moraes is going to go grab the ball and set up for this set piece right here.
It's interesting the Reds have one of their shortest players playing on the near post and John Latch.
He's got a big heart, though. Right into the center of the box. Reds turn it upfield. Maxwell Colombo one-on-one. Can he beat his man? Still open in space. He gets tangled up, and it looks like they're going to blow a whistle. Foul to Maxwell. Man still on the ground. That's
not
Michael
sure if they're
Rincon.
actually calling a foul here. It doesn't look like... Well, maybe. Didn't hear the whistle blow.
Teresa, we agree with you. Sergio, get well soon, buddy.
Little...
Boston restarts, moving it down the near sideline.
Sorry, Max needs to know better on that play. You clearly saw that he extended his hand and push the defender down. Outrun the guy. Don't try to muscle him off. You're just going to get a foul, and you're going to lose possession of the ball. Attack the ball. The ball's going to the goalkeeper. Challenge the goalkeeper. He might bobble it. You might get an easy ball that you can put in. I'm sorry. Just play smart soccer. No need to foul the defender there. He's nowhere near that ball to gain possession of it.
Looks like Murat is whistled for that one as Boston City gets another restart. Michael Rincon seeking a midfielder. Playing the ball on the near sideline. Cardona to Isaac. Pedro Silva seeking the near corner. That's going to go out of play. That's going to be a goal kick to the Reds.
Interesting little play there from City to play that ball in and then quick out on the wing. Smart play. Couldn't tell. Didn't look like they had much forwards trying to get into that 18-yard box. Reds have to be aware of that. They're going to try to play the ball out wide. They're going to try to feed that ball to Isaac. I'm going to call him Nana because that's his nickname, and that's what I know him by. They're going to play that ball to Nana to try to get him a goal. I mean, they have to be aware of plays like that.
You know what's interesting, though, is they've got Homer Moraes as their true striker playing a little modified Christmas tree, and you've got Isaac Adai playing as his support. So you would think that Adai, being a former Golden Boot, would be their primary target, but he's playing back a little bit more, and looks like he's trying to create his own opportunities. There's a little give and go between Nut and Nani. Back to Kamunga. Kamunga back to Tony Baleri. So I missed when it happened, but we do have a substitution for Boston City. It looks like they took out midfielder Santiago Cardona and brought in a much taller Walla Randolph. Randolph wearing the number 11.
Playing out here what looks to be as the right winger, possibly, as it looks like Boston City goes with 3 up across the top. Interesting configuration for them.
Isaac Adai 1v1 with Manuel Loro. Loro wins it, plays it to Maxwell, or excuse me, Fabrice. Fabrice tries to turn it down the far sideline, looking for some help in the center. Still,
He's crossed there,
still in danger with the Reds. Nani looking for some help. 2v1, plays it back to Kamunga. Kamunga is going to look for something upfield.
Is it to Marat? Marat tries to drive that ball in.
It's Jadson Leet. Jadson, if I'm mispronouncing your name, I apologize. First time we're calling his name today as he's playing that left defender. Down here again to Michael Rincon, who seems to be the quarterback for this back line, as he's been the driving force for Boston City as they try to turn the ball upfield. Gabriel D'Souza for Abner Alves. Alves challenged, has to drive it back. Maxwell Colombo challenging. Boston City in trouble. That ball absolutely went out of play. So that's going to be a throw-in in the danger zone for the Reds.
Danger zone!
Lana. Quick throw-in, little give and go. Nani with the high ball in, tries to turn it in, intercepted by Boston City. Boston City not out of trouble yet as they go right into a 4-man operation. Rincon turns it up, give and go. Rincon seeking ball up, nobody home for that one. Tony Baleri, he's going to grab it and restart it for the Reds.
Yeah, Boston City not getting too many chances there. Again, you see that ball played out, and Nana, Isaac Adi comes running up that field to try to grab it. Unfortunately, the ball's played a little bit too long right into the hands.
Kamunga challenge, Keegan Nutt playing 1v2, looking for some help, turns it upfield, intercepted by Boston City. Rincon turns it up into the midfield. Abner Alves looking to Rincon again. Offside flag is up. Reds trapped Jimenez offsides on that one.
Looks like Tony's going to be taking the kick here to be pushing that red back line up.
But Michael, you're absolutely right. It seems like Boston City's playing outside of themselves just a little bit. They seem to be. Seems like the game's playing them rather than them playing the game. There's a little give and go between Blanchette and Locke. Locke looking upfield, turned away by Boston City.
Lauro with the header out of bounds there. A little awkward header for him.
Gets the ball out of bounds, though, and gives the Reds the opportunity to gather themselves back on the back line. Abner Alves turns it down to the near side to Michael Rincon. Rincon throws one up. Isaac can't do anything with it. Keegan Nutt to Nani. Murat to Locke. Locke trying to turn it upfield. He's 1v3 Murat. He's got help. Numbers for the Reds. Maxwell Colombo trying to do something with it. He turns it aside. Locke with an opportunity. Strike in. Bounced off a Boston defender and turned aside across the line. Call is a goal kick.
That was Fabrice who had that ball played out to John Locke there. Wonderful, wonderful attacking formation from the Reds there. Great to see them break up field like that. Something they've been working on all week is to really make sure that if you're going to go into that attacking zone, you're going to bring the ball upfield, you need to be bringing everybody upfield with you. You're only going to create opportunities like that to have people open. It's a very wide pitch. Coach tells them to use all of it. Clearly, Red's doing a good job using the whole pitch there.
We rent the whole field. We might as well use it.
True. Unfortunately, some of these players don't realize the importance of that.
90 to Keegan Nutt. Nutt trying to run onto the ball. He needs some help. He's 1v2. On to Maxwell. Maxwell turns it over. Boston City trying to get the counterattack going.
Nice little move there by Keegan to come upfield. Nice awareness to play that ball down the touch line.
Segan ball to Walla. Walla Randolph keeps the ball in play.
Reds looking for the offside call there. Don't get it.
Tony Blair not afraid to make contact, challenging the Boston City attacker there on the play.
That nothing has been more prevalent than that New York Cosmos match. If you recall, a lot of contact made with Tony and
that was
forwards.
That was a double chin strap kind of game for Tony Valeri a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Shot in, deflected by the Reds.
Gonna be a whistle here. Not sure what the fouls look like. The foul might be on Kamungo, or it might be on Nani. Nani talking to the referee right now. Gonna be a free kick for City.
Jadson Leet looks like he's going to be restarting it for Boston City. Four-man wall in front of him set up by the Reds.
And that was something that the Reds unfortunately had issues with last match was setting up those walls and keep those walls fine. Did lead to 1 or 2 yellow cards.
Ball in, challenge. Difficult play. Oh! Ball goes.
Offside flag is up.
So that play was offsides. No love for Boston City on that play. Valeri, quick restart, send it deep downfield, seeking Jonathan Lack. Lack can't control it, goes out of bounds. Reds with the throw in. Blanchett keeps it near sideline. 50-50 ball won by Boston City, and they try to turn it upfield. 90 dispossessed by Pedro Silva. Silva turns it up to the far sideline. Give and go on the far sideline. Boston City developing some action here as they try to center it. Intercepted by Murat. Murat turns it up. Nani, a little too long for Nani. Michael Rincon wins it for Boston City. Boston City once again on the attack.
I want to take a quick moment to thank our kit sponsor, March of Dimes, specifically the Rhode Island chapter. March of Dimes working to make sure that every baby is born healthy and safe for all mothers. March Times really takes a long focus on premature birth and ending premature birth in babies in Rhode Island. Rhode Island currently has a grade of a C, according to the March of Dimes, which means that we could be doing much better. 9 in 1 babies are born prematurely in Rhode Island as it stands right now.
Okay. I accept those facts. I think we can do better.
We can. To go into a little bit more light, a little personal for me, as I was born prematurely, 2 months. I spent 2 months into the NICU, so yeah, it's great to bring them on to a sponsor. They're an absolute wonderful nonprofit.
Blanchett restarts it. Fabrice can't control. Boston City turns it upfield quickly. Omar Murray's trying to control it. He's 1v2. Reds controlling the back line. Oh, it looks like it went out of bounds, so it's going to be a throw-in. Larry turns it up the far sideline to Blanchett. Blanchett with a little bit of time sends a long ball downfield too far for his target. Boston City back on the ball. Jason Leet turns it up. Little cheeky play on the far sideline.
Jaden drawing the foul there off of, or not, looks like there's a little bit of contact. No cards, surprisingly, given yet, and I should probably knock on wood, because that means we'll probably give it. Oh, there.
Yeah, that means that there's going to be 100.
I apologize. Not Nani for the Reds has gotten a yellow card.
I
We must
didn't
have
see
missed
that as us.
We must have missed that one.
Too busy talking about our podcast, going into business for ourselves. Keegan Nutt clears it. That's going to be controlled by Boston City. Michael Rincon turns it. He bypasses Nani. He is 1v3. Isaac Adai trying to turn down the near sideline, looking for a target. 1v1. Good defense there by the Reds. Adai sends a seeking ball that crosses the line. It's going to be a goal kick for the Reds.
Again, Nani really trying to create some offense for Boston City here with very little luck.
You know, I think having Adai play back off that striker line might put him in an uncomfortable position. I think he's trying to develop his own plays, and that might be too much to ask of a guy who's a pure scorer.
All right, we need to put a better foot on the ball there.
Rincon playing well off the back line, finds a man. Waller Randolph turns it up to Adai. Adai looking, passes to the far sideline. Center ball in, deflected by Blanchett. Blanchett on the ball has an opportunity to turn and burn for the Reds.
Looks like Jimenez was trying to call for a handball there. It doesn't look like the ref saw it.
I have never seen a referee whistle a play dead because a player called a foul.
Well,
Cheeky pass that goes in the net. Boston City goal.
not on the goal there.
Isaac Adai draws the score even at 1 with just about 2 minutes left, plus bonus time in this first half of play.
Nice little play there by City to get one back before the half. We'll see how the Reds handle this. Been very much a back and forth game all match for the first half.
For sure. Neither side has really controlled the action. It's been a lot of back and forth, a lot of scrappy 50-50 balls that no one's really wanted to win. Locke plays it. That's going to go high up into the air.
Been very much a game of
Walla control, excuse me.
Middle Earth, that you could say. A lot of Middle Earth movement here. Middle
Nerd.
ground.
Nerd.
No. Yeah, it's surprising for teams that generally try to be very attacked. Sorry, close call there as the City plays the ball in and Nani runs up. Quick scoop up by Valeri there to stop the Lions from going up another one before the half.
Pedro Silva on the ball. Back to Jimenez. Jimenez sends it in. Blanchett heads it high into the air. Controlled by the Reds. Now Locke playing it to Manuel Luro. Ball up. Pedro Silva controls and sends it back deep to the back line for Boston City. Michael Rincon again on the ball. The quarterback for Boston City, it appears, as he plays it up to Silva. Silva with the seeking ball to Isaac. Isaac can't catch up to it, and Valeri scoops it up without any trouble. Ricardo, we see you. Thank you for joining the stream. We want to thank all of our Boston City fans and friends for joining us here on Rhode Island Reds Facebook page. Locke challenges, sends it in, but it's turned aside by Boston City. We're going to get a corner kick late here in the first half as we're into extra time here.
Presumably.
I mean, time is a construct, man.
Getting philosophical on me again.
Yeah.
Man.
What is happening has happened before and will happen again, man. Locke sends a seeking ball down into the middle of the area. Punched aside by the keeper on a hard challenge. And that is the whistle to end the first half. After 45 minutes, the Rhode Island Reds with a goal by Fabrice Dogbe 1 And Boston City with a goal by Isaac Adai won. We're all tied up going into the second half here at Joseph Polsonea Stadium in Johnstown, Rhode Island.
We will be cutting the audio and let you listen to the sounds of the field. And we are back. Apologize for the little delay there. Took a little extra long pee break. Sorry about that. Thank you again for joining us. My name is Mike Simeone, joined by Paul Miles, who is currently still away. Second half beginning here. Reds with the ball. Baleri playing it up to the midfielder. Kamanga trying to get ahead on there. Nani plays it up to Maxwell. Maxwell bumbles the ball. Looks like interesting to not see a call there. Nani and Nana going at it. Nana's going to play the ball out of the wing. It's going to go out of bounds. Looks like we're going to get a foul here as Manny Laurel goes in hard on Pedro Silva. Silva with the restart out to Jason Leet. Leet playing the ball back to Silva out on the left side. City with the ball. Waller Randolph dribbles the ball back, passes it back to Avenir Alves. Alves plays it out wide on the right side. Keegan Nutt going in with an awkward tackle there. Ball up, played up to Isaac ID. City, big time on the attack. Long ball from Pedro Silva, but Larry gets a hand down and catches it. A nice save there. Larry playing the ball out deep to Maxwell. Max can't get a foot on it. City gets back a hold of the ball. So he's going to play it out wide to the right. Nana, excuse me. City plays the ball up to the midfielder, playing it out wide to the right again.
Mike, halftime is never long enough, guy.
It never is.
Shot on. Tony turns it aside.
You can stop listening to my terrible call of the game, and we're joined back by the wonderful Paul Miles.
And actually, we have a guest up here in the press box as Tony sends it deep. Nobody home. Michael Rincon turns it aside for Boston City. We're joined by a new member of the Rhode Island Reds. Excuse me. He's rostered up as our official FIFA player. Now, if you're not familiar, Major League Soccer has started a really interesting initiative as Derek Planchette plays it back to Tony Baleri. Baleri with a tough shot off the foot. Pedro Silva with Boston City. Oh, I think you might be trying to buy one on that.
Maybe Laurel went in hard on that foul there. Not surprised. Manny plays tough.
But anyway, Major League Soccer has EMLS, where 19 teams now have an official Electronic Arts FIFA 18 player. And we decided that we're going to be the NPSL team that does FIFA right. So we went on a long hunt of about 40 minutes. And we found Armstrong FC. Robert Armstrong, come on over. We'll get you on mic. Robert Armstrong plays FIFA. Now he's on the Rhode Island Reds playing FIFA for us. Reds with a 3-on-1. John Latch, he's going to try to take the keeper. Wide open net. Whoa! Maxwell Colombo misses the net. Keeper was lost in La La Land. All was there and just missed wide. That's a tough one. That's a tough one to take. But we're joined by Robert Armstrong, Armstrong FC on Twitch, Armstrong FC 3 on Twitter. Go follow him immediately. He's going to be representing the Rhode Island Reds in FIFA competition online and live. Robert, thanks for joining us.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here.
So let's, first of all, how did you get into playing FIFA?
Started back in 08, really. Played FIFA 08 with friends, and then it turned into, all of a sudden, like pretty much FIFA 13, I found Ultimate Team, which is where all these events are being held on, where you can basically pack players and you get to use them in your team. And I kind of fell in love with it there, always loved the sport.
2-on-1 for the Reds.
And then after that kind of like fell in love with soccer as a whole, and then got to the game and then started streaming basically after college.
So that's interesting. You say that FIFA brought you to soccer. Who do you follow now? That I mean, you had a whole world to pick from for teams. Who do you follow?
So obviously locally, being from New England, follow the New England Rebs in the MLS.
Isaac Nanai tries to chip. Tony Balleri sends it wide.
And then for every American basically does, they have their worldwide team they support, and that would be Arsenal, which is not the greatest since I've started supporting them. But looking on the up and up now, so I'm excited to see that going forward.
So with FIFA competition online, you know, the Major League Soccer has EMLS. Where can people find you? Where are you competing? Are you just playing online right now? Are you looking for tournaments? Where can we follow you?
Basically, I'm just live on Twitch. Usually daily. Usually take a 1 day off a week. Night times for East Coast. Basically, probably like 6 to 9 or 10. And I just play online. The competitive mode that they have now is Weekend League. It's where you can actually qualify for tournaments. So that's really the most competitive I've gotten to. I almost went down to the Revs tournament, but couldn't get a work in time for that. So that would have been the most competitive thing I've probably done. But I usually try to play, and I usually try to make FIFA pretty fun. Do some different things while I'm playing.
Now, we are partnered right now with X1 Elite Gaming Lounge in Providence. They're running a tournament on June 22nd that will be providing some prize support for. Everybody who enters that tournament is going to get a ticket to a future Reds game in 2018. We've got 3 left on the calendar, I believe, after tonight. You're going to be playing there, so people are going to get a chance to play against the Rhode Island Reds.
Yes, that's going to be pretty exciting. I got to practice a little bit even more, try to play, and hopefully not lose.
Hopefully. It would be embarrassing if somebody beat our team.
Yes.
But, all right, Robert, thank you for joining us up here. We're going to let you sit back and enjoy the rest of today's Boston City versus Rhode Island Reds game. As that's John Latch looking for somebody on the field. It's going to be called offsides, turnover, Boston City on the restart. Robert, thank you once again for joining us. If you want to follow Robert online, it's
twitch.tv/ArmstrongFC and then ArmstrongFC3 on Twitter.
And I'm telling you, he's not just playing one game on Twitch. He's doing 6 and 7 hour long marathons.
Yeah, I had a 10-hour one last weekend. So.
A 10-hour, Jesus. I don't think I've done anything for 10 hours of my life except sleep. Boston City challenging on the nearest sideline. Into a die going 1v4. Doesn't work out for him too well on there. Boston City tries to send it in, turned aside by the Reds. Colombo to 9, he misses. Keegan Nutt sends it back upfield, 90, 1v2. I'm trying to get the call there, and it looks like he does. Welcome back, Mike.
Thank you. Yellow card actually assessed on the play. Looks like that was to number 26, Michael Rincon.
So if you're just joining us back from halftime, if you're just tuning in, or if you went to the refrigerator to grab yourself a cold drink, we're in the 54th minute approximately, all tied up at 1. Rhode Island Reds and the all red kits moving from left to right. Boston City and the white kits with the blue shorts and white socks moving right to left. Goals scored in the first half by Fabrice Dogby for Rhode Island and Isaac Adai for Boston City late in the first half.
Thank you to everyone who is currently watching us on Facebook Live. That's where you can catch all of our matches. We will be away next weekend, doubleheader for the Reds as they take on Hartford City and the New York Athletic Club. Reds will be back home Friday, June 29th versus TSF out of New Jersey. Be sure to catch us here.
And we're getting late in the day on this season. We've just got about 3 home games left, I think, when you count. We've got TSF, we've got the friendly against the Revs under 23 team, and then we wrap it up with I believe Elm City, if I have the schedule correct.
Yes, Elm City on July 7th. We are working for our fans who are local, who also follow Providence City. We will be having a friendly match against Providence City sometime later this year. We will have those details in the upcoming weeks.
So stay tuned to riredsfc.com, and of course, right here on our Facebook page. If you found us somehow at random, we are facebook.com/riredsfc. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at RI Reds FC. Header into the box challenge. Tony Valeri handles it without any trouble. Looking to throw it out. No, kicks it deep across midfield. Boston City on the ball, no control yet. Nani looking for Tobin Doy Howell. That's a halftime substitution. Tobin, a new player to the Reds, first game roster for him.
Toby comes in from Brown as one of their top scorers. Very good player, very athletic player. Should be exciting to see him on the ball. He's coming in from Maxwell Colombo there.
Blanchett, who's been all over the pitch so far today, filling holes left by the aforementioned Josh Jess and Stavros Zarakostis. Zarakostis out on a 2 yellow card afternoon last week against Lowell. Brian Bustamante also unavailable to us due to a double yellow assessment last week, and Josh Jess, I believe, is having has an illness in the family that he's at home taking care of. So Josh, we wish a speedy recovery to your loved one, and we hope to see you back out here on the pitch next week, hopefully.
Hopefully, Josh, we know a lot's going on with Josh. We wish him the absolute best. He's been a staple for this team. We love having Josh play for us, and we hope everything's well. But
Howell with a long ball, seeking Fabrice Dogbe. He's 1v1 if he can make it happen. Challenges the defender. That's a die playing deep. Turns it up. Looking to play it off the back line as a die. Excuse me, that's Walla Randolph, the number 11, not the number 19. My eyes aren't so good when I'm looking.
No, you, I believe you had that right. That was Nana back in.
Well, no, he's down.
No,
there's Walla Randolph. So it was Nana playing on the back line. He's, I don't know, man. If he's not the striker, he's just all over the place trying to make things happen for this Lions club. And again, we want to welcome our Boston City supporters who are checking us out on the stream, supporting their Boston City club. We obviously hope the game doesn't go their way, but we want to thank you for checking in anyway.
Thank you to all of the Rhode Island Red supporters that have joined us here today and might be watching us on Facebook Live. Very much appreciate your love and support.
And if you're around Johnson, Rhode Island, jump on our schedule, see when the next home game is, and come on out. Tickets are $5. Parking is free. Latch with a deep drive, turned aside by Jacob Wagmeister, the keeper for Boston City, in that bright yellow, day glow, dare I say electric yellow kit that their keepers wear.
You could go direct traffic in that kit. Are you kidding me?
I'll tell you what, I feel like he's going to go film a Burton skateboarding video in about 1992 with that kit on. Derek Blanchett on the ball, has some space, turns it up to Locke. Locke playing a little give and go to Howell. Howell with some opening. He's going to challenge. Try to get to Blanchett, who's playing well up. Ball turned aside. Boston City on the ball. Wagmeister trying to find a man deep on the near sideline. Can't get a number, so I'm not sure who that is.
That is Roberto Jimenez getting played by Andrew Colombo.
Colombo claiming that Jimenez was grabbing his jersey looking for a foul assess there, but the referee is not having any of it. So that's going to be a restart in the danger zone for Boston City.
Colombo's still trying to plead his case there.
Well, referees often change their mind, so I'm sure that's going to be a fruitful endeavor for him.
I'm not sure what sporting you've been watching, but the ones I've been watching, they certainly don't.
It's going to be Jadson Leet on the restart for Boston City.
Valeri commanding his back line, giving instructions to his defenders on where exactly he wants them positioned so he can get a good read on this ball.
Howell and Blanchett up challenging. Lead has Homero Moraes. Excuse me, Homero, if I'm mispronouncing your name. I'm used to calling car racing, which is a bunch of waspy names.
Looks like City was questioning the distance that Toby Howell was standing there as the ref comes over to count it off. Ref says it's all good.
Lead with a low ball, turned in. That's kicked out of play by Boston City. On Valerio restart. Beautiful night here in Johnson and a pretty good crowd for us down here, Mike.
Wonderful crowd. Again, it is. Do want to make a shout out that it is Pride Night. Rhode Island Reds are always going to welcome all of our fans. Want to give a shout out to everybody who's supporting Rhode Island Pride right now down city. Again, we keep our stands and our supporters group welcome to all fans, regardless of race, religion, background, sexual orientation, you name it, etc., etc., etc.
If you have $5 to give us, we are not going to tell you to go home.
No. We will not tolerate discrimination of any sort at all in our stands as well.
Except maybe occasionally against a Boston City supporter.
Maybe.
Abner Alves challenged by Nani on the far sideline. Ball goes out of play. Quick restart. Pedro Silva on the ball. Turns back up to Abner Alves. Turnover to the Reds. Keegan Nutt looking to do something with it. Challenge quickly. Nani on the ball on the stripe. Turns it in. Dogbay looking to do something with it. Turns it over. Boston City, they don't have numbers, but they are challenging. Derek Blanchett on the ball now, looking to turn it aside. Ronaldinho Denise, who's a halftime substitution. He beats two men. One to go. Trips on the ball. Turns it over. Pedro Silva. Hard challenge by Denise against Jadson Leet. Leet turns it up to Walla Randolph. Randolph back to Silva. Hard challenges all over the pitch right now. We've got two Boston City players down on the ground. And it's Walla Randolph and Pedro Silva just getting themselves sorted and situated and back onto their cleats.
Apologies as I take a quick second to adjust our clock here. Note, again, we're not professionals. We are trying to do our best. The clock will count as an hour and will continue up from there. Trying to figure out to get it to count directly up to 90 minutes. I apologize. A little embarrassing on our end.
Listen, man.
We know about it. We're addressing it now.
Pedro Silva on the near sideline looking to do something with it as he advances the ball. Turns it in. Nobody home there. Tony Blair scoops it up. He's going to restart quickly. Sees Nani on the far sideline with a lot of space. Fabrice can't get a hold of it. Turned aside. Boston City challenging on the far sideline. Turnover. Reds again. Keegan Nutt looking for somebody to move the ball to. Sees Fabrice Dogbay in a wolf pack of Boston City jerseys. Boston City now on the ball, trying to turn it up and make a play. Denise challenges. Now we've got Derek Blanchett up to Denise. Little give and go opportunity here is Blanchett making a run. Denise trying to do itself. Long shot from range. Scooped up by Wagmeister.
Valentini needs to know better. He's got Derek running down the wing. He's got Fabrice almost inside the 18-yard box. He's got Nani at the corner of the 18-yard box. He's got Toby out on the left. No need to make that play on your own. You got plenty of guys who are wide open that you can try to force the ball off to. And if you're going to make a play on their own, the ball deserves better than that. The ball deserves absolutely better than the shot that he put on there. I'm sorry. He knows better than to make a shot like that, especially when he's wide open. You got to put the ball on net and actually challenge the goalkeeper there.
That criticism of the home team brought to you by March of Dimes.
I don't think they're bringing the criticism. This is all me being a little too hard on my team.
Hard challenge by Tobin. Long distance ball found Rigoberto Jimenez, but Jimenez swarmed by a bunch of red jerseys. That's Walla Randolph on the ball near sideline trying to make something happen. The ball will go out of play. Not sure who touched it last. We're calling for a corner kick, so went out off of Derek Blanchett. We've called Blanchett's name a lot. He's been all over the pitch. You know, we've already mentioned that he's trying to jump in and fill the shoes of Josh Jess, who's not here, an opportunity for a young man to step up and become a primetime player here on this Reds team.
He's doing a wonderful job of it too. Again, not normally a back, but filling that role fairly nicely.
Valeri scoops the ball up, quick restart on the throw. He sees, I believe that's Keegan Nutt on the far sideline calling for a handball. No, that's Tobin Howell, the new Rhode Island Red wearing the 29 jersey. Can't get the call, but the Reds will restart.
Looks like he might have gotten the call as they are restarting the ball back there.
You are correct, sir. See the ball for Denise. Denise can't challenge for it. Denise on the ball now. He has Tobin looking. Fabrice with a shot. What is the call? He pivoted on his foot. You've got a Boston City player down.
I'm not sure how they can put that a call on the Reds.
That might be one of those Italian dive team calls that.
Oh,
Whoa! What? Marcelo Cuna might have bought that with the acting job.
yeah, I'm not sure how that can be a foul on the Reds player there. Fabrice has total control of the ball there.
Wagmeister on the restart. Deep downfield. 3 red jerseys there. As Andrew Colombo, Denise now on the ball to Tobin Howell. Howell looking for Fabrice on the near sideline. Fabrice just has to beat Wagmeister. Wagmeister gets a hand on the ball. It's going to go out of play. We're calling for a goal kick, though, so that might have clipped Fabrice on its way out. Or that might be the call. Fabrice wants to hear none of it, though.
I have to give it to the referee there. That was the correct call. The ball did get played right off of
Whoa. What shield is on your shirt, sir?
I'm going to call it as I see it. Jacob Wagmeister got his hands to it, pushed the ball out. It bounced off of Fabrice and went out of bounds. It's City's ball.
Pedro Silva seeking a man on the far sideline. Turned aside by Keegan Nutt. Nutt to 90 in those bright orange boots. Turns it upfield. Fabrice has a man. Denise with just the keeper to beat. If he can turn and make a shot, he settles it down. He's going to look to make a pass. Sends it in. That is going to float high and wide and out of play. Throw into Boston City.
Nice little play there by the Reds. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if Ronaldinho got a touch of that ball, if it took a bad bounce and went out a little bit wider than expected there. Nice play by the Reds to get into attacking position there. Unfortunate that they couldn't make something happen.
Rincon sends the ball downfield, down the far sideline. That's a 3-on-2 advantage to the Reds. Keegan Nutt on the ball now, turns over, challenging. Nani finds a man.
He finds Kamunga in the midfielder there. Oh, actually, Murat, excuse me. I'm making the mistakes now.
Tobin Howell looking to challenge Abner Alves for the ball. Boston City still on it, can't quite control. Turnover. Oh, hard challenge. Murat down on the pitch.
Looks like he's in a lot of pain, too.
That's going to be a yellow assessed to Pedro.
Looks like he might be exaggerating it a little bit now.
That's a little daytime drama there,
Yeah,
but absolutely a legitimate call by the referee. The yellow card is going to be assessed to Pedro. Pedro Silva.
Murat slow to get up.
That's the old, in wrestling we call that the flare flop. Where you just take the bump and go face first into the mat.
I mean, it was a hard hit.
It was.
Looked
No,
like he
absolutely.
was a little bit injured.
For sure, worth the card. But Murat definitely wanted the referee to know that there was contact.
Looked like he was trying to go for an Emmy Award there.
Pedro Silva with a recent yellow card assessed. He's going to come off the pitch, waiting to see a number on the back of the
Aaron
new
Keane is
Boston
one of
City.
those.
Say again?
An Emmy.
Yeah,
Right, that's for acting, right? Emmys?
sure.
But we digress.
That's going to be Leandro Carvalho subbed in for Boston City for Pedro Silva. Seeking ball to Walla Randolph, turned aside by Derek Blanchett. Denise on the ball. Walla in tow. Denise looking for Tobin. Tobin has to slow up. He's going to send a man in. Nani looking into the box. Fabrice on the far sideline. Fabrice keeps it in play. He's going to look for a centering pass. He's 1v1. Excellent skills there. Headed away by Marcelo Cuna and turned aside by Wagmeister. Wagmeister's on a restart.
Nice little move by Fabrice there to create some space, open up, tries to get that ball over to Nani to head in, and just can't convert.
Great soft skills on the ball there. Nani on the ball, 1v2, looking for an outlet pass. Man on.
Gets the ball over to Murat.
Murat looking for an opening. Denise trying to give him a centering pass. Nani on the ball now. He's got 2 men in. Tobin Howell beats his man too far as it's headed out of the way by
Cheeky.
Marcelo Cuna.
Cheeky little move there by Nani to try to flip that ball over the defenders.
Kick straight out of bounds by Wagmeister. That's going to be a throw in now. Derek Blanchett on the ball. Looks like Boston City was trying to play the offside trap. Howell timed it absolutely correctly. Throw's going to go back to Tony Valeri. Valeri finds Kumbunga. Kumbunga with an off pass. Walla Randolph intercepts. A die on the ball now. Keegan Nutt beats his man but can't play the ball. Overruns the ball. Centering pass inside. Tony Valeri scoops it up. Quick restart to Denise with all kinds of room to make something happen. Denise looking to get sexy. Beats one man. Beats two men. Tripped up. Ball goes out of play. It's going to be thrown to Boston. Couldn't quite keep his feet on that one as a Boston City boot came into play on that.
I think Ronaldinho's feet moves quicker than any other part of his body, and unfortunately, sometimes
Are you counting the brain in that?
and unfortunately, sometimes he just can't keep up. Good case there of that happening.
Boston City turnover. Marat on the ball. Hard challenge. Still on his feet. Still with control. Jersey grab there. That's going to be a yellow card assessed to Boston City. Waiting to see a number. That's assessed to Leandro Carvalho, the substitute that's only been on the pitch about 3 minutes, already getting himself on the score sheet, and not the way you want to get on the score sheet, Mike.
Not exactly. I mean, I get the play.
I mean, listen, bad press is good press. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're seeing an attacker run on one defender, beats that man, goes into a hard tackle, plays off the other guy. You're seeing him run at you. You got to do something to stop him.
Restarts
it. It's going to stop him. I can't blame him for the call there.
You know, sometimes a penalty is worth the penalty to prevent an open shot. We see it all the time in basketball as Boston City play developing. Isaac Adai on the ball, trying to turn back heel to Carvalho. Carvalho plays it off the knees, controlled by Abner Alves. Alves still on the ball, brings it down to the near side to Jadson Leet. Leet looking for an opening. Carvalho tries to turn it. Seeking ball in. Shot from Rigoberto Jimenez turned aside. Rhode Island on the ball. Keegan Nutt seeking a man. Fabrice can't make the play. Jadson Leet turns it over. Denise on the ball. He's turned aside by Jadson. That's going to be a penalty assessed to Boston City.
Jadson threw his arm up a little bit there, caught Denise. Denise, a little bit of an embellishment, but draws the foul.
You know, I saw the hip check. Hip checks, I think, are only legal in hockey.
Well, lacrosse as well.
That's true.
Marat with a
Bad clear by Boston City. Turned over. Denise on, Nani on the ball.
Red's fortunate there because Marat with a bad play on a ball, just giving it away. You can't make plays like that.
You got to start saying something positive about our boys, or they're going to get
They're
going to get
unfortunately, maybe I'm
PTS.
picking out the negative parts, but hopefully they listen to it and learn. I'm
So
sorry.
there is a Boston. Excuse me, Mike. There's a Boston City player down on the pitch. Tobin Howe, I think, doing the
looks like that
sportsman
might
thing
actually
to turn the ball over.
Be Isaac.
It's very slow getting up, favoring that right leg.
Can't get a number. Yeah,
19,
that actually
is
Nana.
Isaac. Adai slow. Looks like he's going to run it off as Boston City challenges upfield. Kumbunga on the ball now, 1v2. Can't quite make it happen. Boston City with numbers. Poor strike in. Looks like one of our Reds got a foot on the ball.
Gotta clear that ball out. Reds need to start making moves here. They need to start getting rid of the ball. Boston City's starting to play a lot more aggressive.
90 chips. Jonathan Locke on the ball now. He's got some space. Plays it in. Denise! Offside flag is up. Unfortunately, it looks like Boston City trapped Denise. Boston City thanking the 12th man on the pitch over there, I think. It was close, but I do think Denise was just offsides. We do have a substitution. A die off, and going to try to get a number on this player here. Or excuse me, it is not a die off. A die still on the pitch as he's seeking that ball. Paul Fomenki? Rafael D'Souza? Okay, thank you. We want to thank Boston City's social media guy for pointing out that is Rafael D'Souza wearing the number 17 jersey as Rhode Island restarts it. Difficult challenge there. That's going to be a penalty. Hopefully that's just a speaking to. Oh, no, it looks like he's talking to Leandro Carvalho, who already has a yellow card in this match.
I think that's going to be his final warning there for a play. Next time we might see another yellow. You mentioned earlier that was John Latch out on the left. That isn't. That is actually. That looks like that is Toby. That is playing out there out on the left.
Oh, looks like.
John Latch.
Okay, so it looks like Tobin Howell switched sides on us. He was playing near side, seeking ball in. The offside flag is up as a cheeky little play from Boston City on the near side. Almost led to an opportunity. But instead it leads to a turnover. Derek Blanchett, who's been all over the pitch, we've called the number 2 all night long. He's looking, he switches fields. Tobin Howell intercepted by Boston City, and they're looking to turn and burn. Cross midfield they go. No, that's turned aside by Kamunga, kicked out of bounds. It's going to be a restart to Boston City on the far sideline in the danger zone.
Quick shout out to Joe Nero. Thank you for your input and thank you for your criticism. We greatly appreciate it, and thank you for watching.
What criticism do we get? I didn't say.
Just, making sure that we don't give the players any PTSD and other things like that.
As Jetson lead on the ball, challenged hard by the Reds. That's going to be a restart to... Oh, that's... I think Jetson Lee was trying to draw an additional foul.
Not sure there. Looks like he may just not absorb.
He could have taken a different route with the ball. He didn't have to go hip to hip.
True.
But you're gonna take any advantage you can.
What's the old saying? If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying. Absolutely. You play the letter of the law, not the spirit of the law.
Words of wisdom.
Walla Randolph, looks like Isaac Adai, both with the opportunity to restart here. Very close restart position.
Reds have got to be on their game here. Nana can easily bury a ball from this far out.
4-man wall right in front. Walla with a drive right into the wall. Comes back out. Walla again on the ball. Challenged by Nani on the far sideline. Into the corner they go. Very well dispossessed. But looks like Nani is going to draw the foul with the hard challenge.
I'm not sure if it was a foul or a ball or called out of bounds. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be City's throw. Or maybe not. I could be wrong again. Looks like a foul was assessed.
Isaac Adai on the restart. He's going to challenge with the left foot. Swings it in. Oh, right to Tony Belleri's feet. He falls on it.
Nice stop by Belleri there.
That's probably going to be the easiest stop he makes the rest of the night. That fell right to his feet. Excellent composure on behalf of the keeper, though. Denise to Fabrice. Fabrice turns it aside with the head. Can't control. Boston City now on the ball. Challenge there. Manuel Loro. Hard in with the hip. He's going to get a speaking to from the referee. Quick restart at Die. Seeking a man on the far side. 2-men tumble.
Looks like Keegan Nutt is down.
Yeah, he fell awkwardly over the back. It was a 50-50 ball. Not sure if they're going to call.
Keegan's getting up with a little bit of limp. Look, he's going to go to the sideline or try to jog it off.
Keegan's a gamer. He'll rub some artificial dirt on it and keep on playing.
I think they're going to have to get the magic spray out for this one, Paul.
Yeah.
That magic spray that's so commonly used in most MLS matches and EPL matches and soccer of any kind. The ref runs out there with a little bit of the magic spray, sprays that on there, and the player's all good. Not sure you can buy that in stores yet.
No, I'm going to start looking at CVS. Belleria with a restart. Seeking a man downfield. Turned aside by Boston City. Adai, turn and burn. He's got a man. Walla challenged by Blanchett. Blanchett with a slide tackle. Kicks to the side. Back heel to D'Souza. D'Souza off the ball. Blanchett controls. That's going to go out of play. Looked like Walla thought there was going to be a foul called there. Nothing doing. He gave up on the play, and Blanchett was able to turn it aside and push
Not
Boston
sure
City
why,
back a
though.
little far.
It looked like actually Rafael D'Souza thought there was going to be a foul as well. Gotta play the whistle.
Got to play the whistle.
Gotta play the whistle.
Boleri on the restart, kicks it to the near sideline. He's got Tobin, who's now back on this right side of the field. Blanchett heads it down, controlled by Boston City. Carvalho on the ball. Over to Nana. Isaac Adai plays a little give and go. Nothing doing there. Carvalho can't control. Marat sees a man. Fabrice looking for an opening. He's 1v2, sends it back. We're going to cross fields here. Blanchett played behind Blanchett.
A second too late there. Smart play by Marat to try to cross the play. Unfortunately, Derek was a little too far upfield. Nice little attacking run there. Would like to make another mention that Mauricio Martinez now in for the Reds.
Martinez wearing the number 14. He's right there, center of the screen for you. Now we've got all kinds of balls on the pitch. Apparently we got the bonus ball in the pinball game.
Been a while since I've played pinball.
Jadson Lead sends a ball in. Header up. Boleri challenges on the 50-50. Can't control. Clear it off the line. You got to protect the keeper. We saw it happen. Yep, yeah, they're going to give it to him. That's not going to draw a card. It's just going to be a restart to the Reds. But you absolutely have to protect the keeper, especially when his ribs are vulnerable there, challenging for a ball.
Nana coming in hard. Isaac Nana D coming in hard on Tony there.
Rincon turned aside. Reds can't quite control. Now we've got some action happening on the far sideline. One man to beat. Flag is down. Oh, the flag goes up late. Late flag from the sideline on the offside.
Questionable call there. Looked like he was playing shoulder to shoulder in the past game right in time, but
definitely could have gone either way. D'Souza on the ball, far sideline, seeking a man in the box. Tony Blair out, challenges, slides through. They're calling a penalty kick. He was playing the ball.
Calling a penalty kick on a play that, from this angle, looked like he was offside.
I mean, this is the second home game in a row. I wasn't at Low, but the Cosmos match, Boleri was called for a penalty, gave up a penalty kick early in that game that turned into a goal on a hard challenge. Again, here he's called for a penalty, leading to a penalty kick on a hard challenge on a ball. I mean,
Boleri's trying to plead his case. Looks like the main referee's going over to his lineman, who probably had a little bit of a better angle on it. Looks like they're still going to spot this ball as a penalty kick here.
You know, a very difficult call for Boleri. You've got to assume that the referees are going to protect the keeper in situations like this. The challenging player, not Isaac Adai, could have played off the ball. He could have jumped. He could have averted action.
That's actually Adai. I think Adi's Nana is the one who's above the ball right now to take the penalty kick. Can't see numbers. Adai is confirmed. Adai is on them. Is taking the penalty kick here.
Oh, so it looks like Walla Randolph who made the hard challenge, if I'm reading that number 11 correctly.
Let's see what Nana does with the ball here. Very good player, very good striker. Let's see how.
I mean, we've mentioned it before. Former Golden Boot and league MVP when he was here with us in 2016. He steps up, finds the far corner. Tony Blair guesses wrong, and Boston City goes up 2-1. Tony Boleri still frustrated with the referee trying to plead his case. I think Boleri would give the ref a red card if he had a couple in his pocket.
I think Boleri would give him a little bit more than a red card.
We're trying to keep it clean. It's a family program, Mike.
I didn't say anything bad.
Tobin on the ball, seeing a man on the far sideline.
I can't stop our viewers from using their imagination.
Murat on the ball, can't quite control, trying to box out. It's going to be a restart to the Reds. Boston City right on top of it, preventing a quick restart.
Reds gonna try to play the ball up a little bit more, bringing men above the ball. Try to get that go back goal as it is. It looks like we're coming down close to the end of this match.
Boston City challenging. Reds with numbers. Blanchett intercepts. He's got Tobin on the near side. Or excuse me, that's Martinez on the near side, headed up by Boston City. Martinez keeps it in. High ball. Comes down, nobody controlling yet. Boston City on it. Denise can't get the handles. Andrew Colombo. Derek Blanchett now slides it out of danger. Tony Balleri is going to restart it up the far sideline. Keegan Nutt on the ball now, trying to see an option. Sends it to Howell on the center field logo. Howell turns it up. Denise on the ball. Oh, intercepted by Boston City.
Manny Lowell playing the ball down out to Mauricio. Unfortunately, Mauricio can't get there. Though I'm questioning it, that call there. It looked as if the Boston City player might have touched it and put the ball out of bounds. I don't know. I could just be, being a homer, but.
Are you talking about him? We've been against Boston City with a deep restart. Lauro to Murat. Murat kicks it out of play. Handled by the alternate referee there on the sideline. As we come down to the end of the game, we want to remind you that photos from today's game are going to be available up on the Facebook page if you want to relive all the excitement of this afternoon's contest. Facebook.com/RIRedsFC. You're on the page now, we assume. We're also going to, I believe, upload the replay to YouTube.
We will be doing that now that I don't have technical difficulties like I did last time with the recording. Sorry, it was a weird file.
Blanchett to Martinez. Martinez looking for an option in the box. Sends it in. It's turned aside by Boston City. Throw in. Martinez is going to handle it.
Give a quick shout out to our photographer, Hayden James, who was taking those gorgeous photos for us. Much thanks to him for making it down here and being able to shoot the game for us.
City clears out of the box, but not out of danger. Lauro plays it back to Tony. Tony kicks it to the near sideline. Andrew Colombo finds Derek Blanchett. Blanchett with a couple of options. He sees Hal on the side. Boston City calling for an offside. Hard challenge.
You have to call that foul.
Jackson Lee absolutely manhandled.
Absolutely no play on the ball there. Takes his legs out. The sideline ref is standing right there. They don't even call it. Are you kidding me? I'm sorry. I don't know what match he's watching, but the one I'm watching, that was a foul.
Takes an opportunity away from the Reds deep in the second half.
You can call me a homer on that call all day long, but you know what? At the end of the day, that was a terrible missed call there.
Wagmeister on a restart. Seeking a man, seeking Walla Randolph. Nobody home on the header. Blanchett muscles a man off. Turnover. A die near sideline. Backs, heels it to Walla Randolph. Randolph on the run. Walla's still on the ball. Flicks it up into the middle. Carvalho leaves it. Alves sends it high and wide. We're getting down into, we're just about unofficially in extra time. Reds need to make something happen right here. Boston City turns it over. Kamunga up the far sideline. Bounces one off a Boston City player. Boston City controls it on the stripe. Denise turned over. Denise taken out. Boston City unhappy with that call, but I think we were due one. Keegan Nutt trying to get a quick restart. Keegan Nutt is sending everybody downfield looking for the home run ball. The Hail Mary's up. We've got the numbers. Blanchette heads it. Still controlled by the Reds. Murat on it. Murat challenged by Carvalho. Murat looking to make something happen, going 3v1. Denise beats his man, taken down. Penalty kick awarded. Penalty kick awarded to the Reds. Here's an opportunity to tie it up.
Absolutely no question there on that one.
The karma pays off. We've been storing it up all game, storing it up, and all of a sudden our special meter gets filled up, and Ronaldinho Denise with an opportunity from the spot.
They have something like that in FIFA, right?
Oh, definitely.
Looks like it's going to be Fabrice with the spot here. Boston City questioning the spot of the ball. Just time wasting now. No need for this.
D'Souza and Jetson Lee, they're over there with a little community theater action, trying to shake up Fabrice. Dogby, 4 goals in the last 2 games, an opportunity to go 5. Sends it home! Tie ball game. Fabrice Dogby. 5 goals in 2 games. Equalizer late in the second half. Fabrice Dogby, a one-man wrecking crew here in the North Atlantic Conference.
Absolute wonderful, wonderful, beautiful goal. Can't say that about Peru. Might have been too soon on that one. Reds with the ball. Mauricio Martinez playing it. Ball dribbled out of bounds.
Jadson Leet sends it high and wide. A couple fans down here calling for a time-wasting call.
Referee checking his watch. Let's see if the Reds can get the ball into the box quickly here and get another one. Long cross.
Seeking ball in.
Colombo.
Denise turns and burns. Sends it right into Wagmeister's hands. Wagmeister on a quick restart, and I hear the whistle. That is your ball game. So from Joseph Paulson Stadium, we've got it tied at 90 minutes.
No more added, no overtime in soccer there, Paul. It's going to end in a draw, too.
You know what they say? Tied's like kissing your sister.
I don't have a sister.
Neither do I.
Hey, good for us.
All right. High fives all around. So once again, from Joseph M. Paulson Stadium here in Johnson, Rhode Island, your final score, Rhode Island Reds 2 and Boston City FC 2. Join us again on... Mike, help me out with the schedule. I've got too many numbers on my head right now.
Reds will be away next weekend. On the 23rd, they are taking on Hartford City. On the 24th, they are taking on New York Athletic Club. Next home match for the Reds is going to be on the 29th versus TSF, coming out of New Jersey. It's a Friday night match starting at 7 p.m. Tickets are only $5 for that one.
Parking is free.
As always. The next match after that is going to be another home match for the Reds on July 7th versus Elm City. I hope you can join us for that one. And there is, I believe, on July 1st, I could be wrong, a scrimmage match versus the New England Revolution's U23 team.
And we have the derby match against Providence City, which has not been scheduled yet, so keep an eye on our social media outlets for that one.
Yes, we're looking to try to make that a little bit of a big match, even though it is a friendly. Providence City very much has the same mentality and same respect and same understanding and same goals as we do here at the Rhode Island Reds, which is to grow the sport of soccer in Rhode Island, and that's done very much by your help. It's done by your help by supporting us at the game, supporting us online, following us on Facebook, following us on Instagram, tuning into our Facebook live streams, and stuff like that. So again, we want to thank you for your support.
We want to thank all the Boston City supporters for checking us out here on Facebook.com/RIRedsFC. Unfortunately, we didn't send you home sad, but we did pull 1 point out. So on behalf of Michael Simeone and the Rhode Island Reds, we want to thank you for joining us here, and we will see you eventually.
I want to give another thanks out to our sponsors.
That's how you close the show, Michael.
Well, you didn't mention our sponsors, so I have to reclose
I
the
mentioned
show.
our sponsors all night long.
We have to give another special thanks out to March of Dimes and G Sports. Again, thank you for joining us. For Paul Miles, I'm Mike Simeone, signing you off.